Hey everyone, today we're taking a look at pages 20 and 21 in your lesson book. So starting right with number 74, taking a look at our key signature, we see that we have a B flat, so we have to be cautious of that as we're playing. And you can kind of look ahead and see that there are a couple of accidentals. You have a G sharp and a B natural, but other than that, and a C sharp. But for the most part, you're following that key signature, so that's a good thing. And one of the more challenging things about this number, about number 74, is that you can see there's a lot of ties, and oftentimes the note is tied into beat one of the next measure. So you really have to count. For example, in measure 9, you're going to hold that 1, 2, 1, and then switch. So it's going to sound like this. So 1, 2, 1, da da da. So just making sure that we're really counting and doing that. Other than that, this one is not too bad at all. Make sure you are following the shifting that they've asked you to do. Not that it's the best shifting that you would choose to do if you were performing this, but it's to give you practice playing in different positions. So we're making sure that we're following that. So 1, 2, here we go. One, two, one. All righty, very good. Moving on to 75. Now, this one is in the same key. We have a B flat in our key signature, but as you look through, I don't know that you ever play a B flat in this one. Maybe yes, you do sometimes in the higher octave play the B flat, but in the lower octave, you mostly play B natural. So you really have to watch out and make sure you're playing B natural when you are supposed to or when they ask you to. And then any other time it is a B flat. So you really have to watch out for that. That is some tough stuff. You can also see that the Fs are sometimes sharp and sometimes natural. So we're really looking out for that. Again, the rhythms in this one and all of the notes and stuff aren't that bad. This is probably one of the easier ones, but it's watching out for that key signature. And a lot of times you'll find that when they start to change something in the key signature a lot, like they give you a bunch of B naturals right off the bat, you kind of forget that you're supposed to have B flat. So it's really important to be watching out for that and making sure you still are playing B flat when you're supposed to. So here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2. Here's 17. I have a page turn, sorry. Keep going at 33. Here we go. Awesome. And I forgot to mention cellos in this one. You do reach up for that harmonic D. So make sure you're not playing that on the A string, that you're playing that as the harmonic. All right. On to page 21, number 76. This one has some fast stuff in it, and it also has two flats, so B flat and E flat. So a lot to look out for. The nice thing about this one is that you actually get to play the melody for the first 8 measures in the lower octave, get it in your ear. That way when we go to the higher octave, you know what it's supposed to sound like. And that for violins is where the shifting happens, but it is a little bit different for viola and cello where your shift happens. But it's basically the first 8 measures and the next 8 measures are about the same thing, couple of little differences. And watching out for that run and measure, what is that, 18, 19, 20, 21. But other than that, not too bad. Violas, you get pretty high there in a couple of spots, so really make sure that you know those notes. This is great practice to make sure when you have a high note on the A string, you know what finger it is, how to play it. So here we go. 1 and 2 and ready, here we go. 18. Six. Good. This one is probably one of the more challenging ones, so take a little bit of extra time to make sure you have this one down. There's some fast stuff in there. There's a lot of shifting, and then really just making sure that we're catching that key signature, those E flats and those B flats. Okay, and ending with number 77. This will probably be the easiest for most of you because you know this tune. Remember, all of these are actually famous classical melodies. Some are more famous than others. This is probably the most famous classical melody to exist. So violas, you get to start in 3rd position, but the rest of us are starting in 1st. And it might be beneficial, and we will do this right now, to do the last 2 measures because that's where all the fast stuff happens. So it looks like everyone starts not the last measure, but the measure before that in 1st position on a G natural. So find that note. And we're going to do this slowly. Ready, and here we go. Okay, do it a little bit faster. Make sure you catch, there's double up bows in there. Make sure we have those. And I'll tell you the last note, when you play the melody, you'll want it to go. Because that's how the actual piece of music goes. They wanted to end it nicely on a G on the tonic note. So that's how they're ending this because we don't go on to play the rest of it. So it does sound a little weird if you're familiar with the piece, but that's okay. Let's do the last 2 measures again a little bit faster. Ready, and here we go. All right, so we're aiming for it to be about that tempo, maybe even a little bit faster. So that's a spot to work on. But let's go for the whole thing, number 77. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops, sorry. Yeah, nice job. See, even I mess up sometimes on those shifts. I went to the wrong position. I didn't see that it changed. So, but yeah, this is a really fun one. And so I hope you guys enjoyed playing through these, and we'll go through them in your lesson.